Hello, everyone.
Good morning, Cora. We have a new little friend joining us.
Yeah, a new Moms Interrupted gal, Cora.
Yes, and we are so happy she's here.
Yeah, thank God I'm not pregnant anymore. That's my main update. I'm feeling great.
Praise.
And
you are almost 4 weeks postpartum.
Yes, in 2 days.
Honestly, like, kudos to you for getting here.
I feel great. Everyone keeps asking me, and I'm like, you might hear her little newborn sounds, by the way. She's right by the mic. She's like, I tried to plan her to be asleep, but no routines for newborns.
They're so puggy. It's not their fault. Also,
they're so puggy.
I'm puggy, so excuse me, because I have a cold, and so I'm trying to stay away from Taylor. Also, I'm trying to stay away from her because
we're also like super close.
I know, but like...
But yeah, people keep asking me how I'm doing, and I'm like, nothing could be worse than pregnancy. So I'm thriving. I've got my newborn on me. I'm loving her. I'm loving life, and I'm feeling good.
Good.
And I'm sleeping more than I was when I was pregnant. I don't have the crazy hormones anymore that were just making me like at night at 3 a.m.
Can we talk about how that's the face that Cora makes?
Yeah, my daughter just loves to look like this.
So surprised.
So surprised. And every single person I send a photo to was like, she looks so shocked and surprised. I'm like, I know. She's literally making that face at Natasha right now.
She's like...
The world is shocking.
Yeah. It's alarming.
It's really alarming.
She's so cute. I just die for how like curled up they are.
I know.
Isn't it crazy that came out of your vagina?
I know. And that's what we'll ultimately talk about today.
Okay, but before that, like okay, that's your update.
Yeah, my update is I'm thriving, and postpartum, round 2 for me, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Way easier. It might be the last time I'll ever do this. So
I love how like 3 weeks ago you were like, I'll never effing do this again. And then she texted me the other day and she's like, maybe in 3 years.
It's just that thing where it's like, I'm so afraid to do it again, and I'm so afraid to not do this again.
I know.
I'm so afraid of both.
Totally.
No one talks about that.
That's kind of how I feel too.
Yeah, I don't want to be pregnant. I told my husband if he could be pregnant, I'd have 2 more.
Oh, wow.
I love having babies, raising babies. Birth is horrible, but done like this, and then you forget about it, in my opinion. Pregnancy, I don't tend to forget how horrible it was.
I'm 18 months out though, and I will say like, I'm like, okay, yeah, that was horrific, but I'm like, I could do it again.
The first time I felt like that, this time I actually thought I would check myself into a psych ward. Like, that's how bad it was.
Yeah, yours was really
I was like rough. I was unwell mentally. Like the first time it was more physical, like the throw up, this time it felt more mentally taxing. Yeah. I'm very afraid to do it again with any other littles around during the day. If they're both in school.
Right. Like when they're older, maybe. Yeah, I totally get that. I feel like, and it's like, not to make it about me, but my rule of thumb is once my youngest is in childcare, then I can think about being pregnant again. Like I just like couldn't. Like that for me is too hard. Don't
want to change multiple diapers, basically.
Yeah. Like
obviously that's not the reason, but I'm saying in terms of
but 100%. And like I feel like I would, oh my God, sleepy. Oh,
so she's yawning.
Oh my God.
Why don't you go to bed then so mama can work?
Right, like close your eyes.
Go to bed. Close your eyes.
No one's stopping you.
Yeah. Go to bed.
Shh. 1, 2, 3, sleep.
She's like,
not having it.
Tell us what's new with you before we.
Oh my God. Okay. So I feel like you can tell, I was just thinking about this on my way in, but I feel like you can tell like when we're recording a lot, like very often versus when we've like had a break in between recording for a while. Cause look at us. We're like so cute.
We are really cute.
We're like super cute today. And when we were trying to gear up for before you gave birth, we were looking pretty haggard.
Yes.
And like really,
I was not in a good place. So I was wearing like dark colors that didn't look good on me. Yeah. I actually like attempted to do my hair today. Usually Natasha always sends me screenshots of my hair. Like, what is going on?
Oh my God.
Like my clip is like above my ear.
Her bun is like sticking out further than her head. I'm like, are you okay?
I'm not the fashionable one.
You look super cute today.
Oh my God, thank
you
you.
always look cute though. That's the thing. Anyway, so what's new with me? I just feel like so much is new. I just feel like a lot has happened since we recorded last time.
Yeah.
With me personally and the world. I went on a family vacation with my husband's whole side of the family. We did 4 nights in Cabo. I feel like that was so fun. All the cousins. We had 5 children under the age of 4. My son is the oldest. So it was like absolute chaos.
Oh my God.
Warm weather vacations, in my opinion, with little kids is so easy.
It's the only way.
Like when we did a ski vacation, I was like, what vacation is this? This is
so hard.
Like it's so fun when you actually are doing something, but then all the schlepping and I can't with the cold weather and little kids.
Me neither. We're also not from cold weather, so I like don't know how to handle it.
I know, but like everybody that I know that's from cold weather that has moved to warm weather is like, no, like it's terrible. Yeah, you get used to it, but it's not like you ever are
not like fun.
Yeah, you're never like, oh yeah, this is no big.
Can't wait to go to the indoor pool.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, like it's just been business as usual. School is ramping down, which is nice. I passed my CLC exam, so that's exciting. I'm hoping someone will like hire me in the summer, maybe.
Anyone listening?
Otherwise, like in the rest of the world, like we can't move on without talking about all the Bravo drama.
Oh my gosh.
The Taylor Frankie Paul and the Bachelorette thing is crazy.
Literally had said on this podcast maybe 2 months ago, I'm so blessed that I get that show Postpartum, and now it was robbed from me.
So rude.
So rude.
How dare she?
Like, how is she not thinking about
me? That being said, I think it's crazy that they're having Dakota on Alex Cooper's new show, which I know it's a different brand. ABC has a whole image to uphold. They're very family friendly, whatever. Alex Cooper's brand, maybe not. And obviously they don't have the disposable income like ABC might have, which I don't actually know, but I would assume. Anyway, so that's crazy. Obviously it's so sad. And I actually like don't care about Taylor, Frankie, Paul, and Dakota because what's happening with their children is like all so horrible. I just want those children to be okay.
Yeah, they just need to step away from reality TV. The last thing he should be doing is going on another one.
Like
it's like really weird.
Show. Like, give me a break.
Bizarre.
Yeah, so I just think that obviously the children come first, and I don't know what's happening behind closed doors, but it doesn't seem good. And then the Amanda and West Summer House drama, which I know you don't watch Summer House, but these are the things that are on my mind right now. So obviously I'm not that busy.
Spring break.
It's spring break. That is what I was going to say. I've already been to the beach today.
Oh, I love it.
I went to the beach at 8:30 a.m. with my children.
Love it.
Spring break is just wild. I will say that there's been a little bit too much togetherness. I'm ready for a break, which is not going to happen because tomorrow we're going to Hawaii for one of my best friend's weddings. And a lot more togetherness coming up. Anyway, so I think we should get into it because nobody cares about what I have to say. And everybody wants to know about how your birth was and how your postpartum is going. I obviously heard
I haven't really told it to anyone.
Yeah, I'm so excited to hear it.
Yeah.
So let's
do it.
Let's roll it out, baby.
Oh my God. Where to start?
Beginning.
So first things first, I have a lot of things I need to backtrack on this podcast for and apologize for saying. I am very sorry how much I stress that babies don't come on due dates, because guess what baby came on their due date? This girl. And I swear,
schmoo date, direct quote from Taylor.
She did it to spite me.
Yay, for sure.
She did. And she's Year of the Fire Horse girl. And everyone sent me all of those things that were going around about girls in the Year of the Fire Horse. And I was like, no, she's going to be great, not sassy, not give me trouble. And this girl from the start was like, I'm going to come exactly at 12:30 a.m. You will get symptoms on your due date.
Oh my
12:30 a.m. 30 minutes into my due date. What is that? Anyway, I apologize for everything I said about that. Also, I went a little too hard on I'm manifesting 2 weeks early because my first came 2 weeks early. And I was like, the data says, the data says that if your first came early, your second usually comes earlier, on average 2 days. Try 2 weeks later. Rude. So rude.
Also so funny.
So funny. Anyway,
for me, the person not being pregnant till 40 weeks.
Obviously, like, don't listen to the data. Like, you never know. It was a big teaching in patience for me, especially as someone who chooses to tell everyone, like, be patient. Baby needs more time to cook. I was like, get her out.
We were talking about this. I think it was like 2 days before your due date. And I was like, Tay, remember, she just needs more time. And you're like, ugh.
I know. It was really true. She just needed more time. So my mom came 2 weeks early from Hawaii. And what a bummer. I mean, she was really helpful because being that pregnant with a toddler is like very difficult.
Totally. I would argue being that pregnant with a toddler is harder than being postpartum with a toddler.
My mom was helping me do all these meal prep and do all these things. And she ended up being able to meet my OB, which was cool. Anyway, my brain right now. Okay. So here it goes. Everyone knows I had a lot of anxiety going into this birth, like a lot. And I do feel like that plays into how my birth went because I was so on edge about like my biggest fear about giving birth in a hospital since my first birth was in a birth center was getting there too early and not being able to advocate for myself, even though I knew my OB operates in this model where like he's guaranteed to be there. So like, hello. So anyway, right at 12:30 a.m. on my due date, the very same way my son's labor broke, immediate gush of water as I'm laying in bed. And I was like, did I pee myself? Did I not? I stood up. I was asleep.
Okay.
I stood up and just gush all over the floor. And this is another funny thing because I told everyone on the podcast, like, okay, my labor's not going to start that way because only 10% of labors start that way. And one of mine already did. Yeah. So like, there's no way. Yeah. But this is the way my body works, I guess.
That's just the way your body works. Your body works by starting labor with a gush of
water breaking. And one thing I did think would be pretty accurate is like, this might go faster than the first time. And that usually is the case. So my first labor was about 10 hours. So I was like, okay, immediate, get out the contraction timer. I cleaned up everything and I wanted to be ready, like if it was game time.
Did you get down and like mop up your
I cleaned it all. Yeah.
See, like women are just built differently.
I cleaned the whole room.
You literally like your water just broke and you're like, let me just like
I turned on the lights, put on my blue light blocking glasses, got my contraction app out, packed the rest of my hospital bag, didn't even wake up my husband, was just like la da 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 walking around. Didn't call my mom to come watch the toddler yet. I was like ready to, but not quite ready. And then all of a sudden, like clockwork, 1 a.m., insane contraction. Yeah. And I was like, here we go again. I'm not going to have early labor because I didn't the first time. Yeah. Here we go. Like immediate, this is suffering contraction.
Like mooing
really bad. And I was like, okay, timed it, immediate again, like 4 minutes apart. I have a screenshot I'll have to like put up here. It's so funny. Like none of them are over 5 minutes. It's like 4 minute, 5 minute, 3 minute, 2 minute, 4 minute, 5. And you know what's funny is I hear a lot about like they tell you the 5-1-1 thing, but like it is pretty common for contractions to be inconsistent. Yeah. And I think if they're consistently under 5, but they're not consistent 5, 5, 5 or whatever, like you need to consider going in.
Totally.
But because I didn't want to go in yet and I'm stubborn and I didn't want to be at the hospital for a long time, I called my mom. She came over, slept with my toddler. I woke up my husband and I was like, we're going to stay here as long as possible until I can't like breathe or walk anymore. My husband was like, okay. Like, I don't want to have a car baby. So what happened next? My husband was helping me get through contractions. I was walking around like trying to be normal, but every 3 minutes it was pretty bad. I planned a home birth. And so I was like expecting only someone to have to make it to me. I wasn't expecting to have to make it somewhere that was 45 minutes away. Right. So just the like mind F of logistics of being like, I don't want to suffer in the car. I don't want to be at the hospital too long. I don't want to be there too short and have a car birth. It's like, I literally went over this in my head 7 million times.
Yeah, of course.
And
because you're like, okay, are things picking up? Do I need to go now? And then like one is 5 minutes apart and you're like, okay, we're okay.
Right.
Because they are inconsistent. Like in a sense, right? Like they're consistently coming, but they're not, it's not, your body's not a robot. It's not 5, 5, 5. It's like you said, 5, 2, 3, 4.
What's so interesting about what I felt like the second time is like, I did my first time unmedicated also. And like, I think that the pain was just like so shocking.
Totally.
So shocking.
Because like
I didn't know it was going to be like that.
You like know it's going to hurt.
Yeah. But the second time I was expecting like the absolute worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
And so I was like, like having the breaks and knowing what to expect. And like, even if the breaks were short, I was just like, I can do this. And I mentally was just like, this is going to be over soon.
When you know what's coming, you are less surprised.
Yeah, and I had less fear. Like my fears weren't about the pain. But anyway, at one point I'm like, okay, it was 3:30 a.m. We had done this for 3 hours. I was like, I have a feeling that since I can't walk, I should probably text my OB.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't even texted him that my water broke Taylor. Or anything.
You stress me out.
Well, he's such a chill doctor. He was like, you only text this emergency number when you're heading to the hospital. Don't give me
play-by-play.
Yeah, he's like, I don't really need to know anything else unless it's like an emergency, like something there's like
blood or something.
Meconium in the fluid or something wrong. So my husband texts him like, hey, we're on the way. He's like, great. Yeah. That's literally all he said. He's like, great, see you soon.
Thumbs up.
So we pushed the front seat all the way front so that I could kneel on the ground of the car in the back.
Stop. Facing
the back, squeezing pillows.
Okay.
Because I could not sit
in a
no seatbelt. No, I clicked the seatbelt and then sat on the floor.
You're like, Connor, drive safe.
It was so gnarly. But again, it's like I knew that the car ride was going to be gnarly. I knew it was going to be the worst part. Yeah. The worst part, because you don't want to be in a moving vehicle.
I have PTSD.
It's so bad. It gives me the chills. Yeah. And every time a contraction came, I was just like deep moans. Connor's like driving, la da 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 da. Oh my God, the husband's experience.
I need to know how Connor is in that situation though, because he's like the most chill. Like
he's
Pisces.
So chill.
Is he white knuckling the steering wheel, speeding?
No. He's just like turn signal, switch lanes. Like, he's so chill.
Oh my God.
He's so chill, which is kind of the energy I need during that time.
Or like all the time.
Well, also he saw the first one, which was
surprising.
Yeah, surprising
for him.
So surprising. And I pretty much just, I don't know. Anyway, the drive was 45 minutes.
It's brutal.
But it was long. At this point, it's like I'm not even timing the contractions. No. I just know they're a couple minutes apart.
Totally.
Like it's game time.
Yeah.
It's funny because Natasha and I talked on one of the episodes about how if you pull up and you're in active labor, like just go to the front, like don't park in the parking lot. But then I had this,
by the way, that's like not like advice that anyone will tell you. That was just me telling my best friend, like, you're not doing that. Just park illegally.
Well, because most people arrive at like, they have a little bit of time. They're
3 centimeters. They're in early labor, or they're getting induced, or they have a scheduled C-section. Yeah, go ahead and go park.
Yes.
But like, I'm sorry, Taylor's rolling up at 9 centimeters. Like, no.
This whole time I was thinking in my head, kind of gaslighting myself, like, are these contractions bad enough? Do I need to go in? Am I going in too early? Like, should I text the doctor?
Can I just say that I think that everybody does that?
Yeah.
In labor, you're like, will I know what labor is? And then you're in labor and you're like, is this labor? And it's like, yeah.
Oh
like,
my God.
It's in pain.
I know.
And you're like, but is it?
I know. Yeah. So this is like the best example of that is like, my husband's like, okay, I'm going to drop you off. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you know what? I'll walk from the parking lot with you. He's like, but you can't walk. And I was like, I'm going to do it. And it's going to help this baby come out. Maybe the baby will come out right when I walk in, but I'm going to try.
You're a different breed. He was like, what?
I don't know if it was the best decision because, I mean, you'll see why she came shortly after. I just know movement really helps. You hear the stories that like labor can be stalled when you get in and it's bright lights and all this stuff. So I was like, I want her like almost out when I arrive, you know? Yeah. So we walked, but the issue with that is it took like 45 minutes for us to walk because I was stopping and like grasping.
Yeah. Totally.
Grasping him.
Well, yeah, your baby's about to like fall out.
Oh my God, it was crazy. So it took like 45 minutes for us to get to the front. So many people were in the parking lot like, what is going on? We get to the front door and my husband's like, labor and delivery, like to the front person. He's like so flustered. He multiple times during that walk, he was like, was this the best decision making, Taylor? Like I could have dropped you off.
You're like, I don't need this right now, Connor.
I was like, you know nothing. Also, I knew I wasn't ready to push yet. So I was like, I'm fine. I have time. If I had felt the urge, I would be like, carry me. Like I have to go now. Go run and get someone. Right. I knew I had a little time. So we get in and it's so funny. Like the first time I can't imagine being in super active labor, like basically felt like I was about to transition and like checking in. Yeah. They were like insurance. I'm like, 1 second. And then I'm like, okay, where's my insurance card? Like,
criminal, by the way.
Okay, I like pre-registered. I pre-registered.
Don't get me started.
It is actually so criminal that even if you pre-register at a hospital and I walk in and my contractions are like 2-3 minutes apart and I'm like barely breathing, that I'm like, oh yeah, let me just look through my wallet. For my insurance card also, and sign things. Yeah, I know. I had to sign multiple things.
Of course you did. It's crazy. I was white knuckling like a metal bar and they're like insurance card.
I think
like you have it.
Yeah.
Like why don't you have it? I'm sorry, but there's like a medical record system. My OB is registered at your hospital. Like you have the patient forms. Like I pre-registered. Tell me why I pre-registered. I just need someone to explain it to me because the math isn't mathing.
But even all the like forms and stuff, like it's all stuff I could have signed before. Like they were having me even sign stuff about newborn. Like Hep B vaccine, all these different things. I'm like, I don't need to do this right now. Doing this. No. Like it's all the like weird paperwork is like one of the biggest differences I would say between hospital and birth center. Yeah. And the minute I walked through the door, I was like, my biggest mantra I kept saying, and I've gotten a lot of people DM us about like, how can I have an unmedicated birth at a hospital? Yeah. Literally my top 2 things is 1, everyone talks about timing. This whole story up until now was me figuring out the best timing to go in. Yeah. And you know what? It's a toss up. You never know like the best timing, but just following your body and like when you feel like it's game time, go in. Yeah. But like don't get there too early. Don't.
Yeah, I mean, don't go if your contractions are consistently over 5 minutes.
No, and if you just feel like it's like manageable, that's usually not when you should go in. Because unfortunately, when you're there, there's a lot more things to be approached about, you know, and a lot more things that can happen and a lot more people wanting to speed things up. And like, that's just the truth.
And like, you're not in your like cozy space. In early labor, things are more likely to stall. Once you're active, like it's less likely to stall.
Yeah. So that's my number 1 thing. My second thing is it's a mental game. So like I knew going in, do not let all of the things at the hospital bother you. Let them
a good tip.
Like let them happen around you and be like, this is my birth. It's my story. They're going to be sticking a saline lock in me. They're going to be taking my vitals all the time. I'm going to have a monitor on me. All these things that you're not used to with a home birth or a birth center birth. Just know going in, all these things will happen to me, but it doesn't mean it has to control the way I'm viewing it.
Totally.
And I can just go about my labor and like pretend it's not happening.
Yeah, you're not going to let it affect you.
Yes. Yeah. And I am like proud of myself.
It's not in your control, so just like let it roll off your back.
And I'm really proud of myself because you know what? It did deep down bother the fuck out of me. Of course. Like, ow, the saline lock hurt so bad. Yeah. Like so bad. Yeah. And also it's just like, when I'm trying to get into different positions and they're like, oh, where's the heart? Where's it? It's like, can we just use the intermittent monitor? Like, why am I having to have this on me the whole time?
Did you have to have continuous?
Yeah, but it was a movement one where like it's around your belly the whole time and they're listening the whole time, but like you can move in any position.
Yeah. So you had to have, they wanted you to have continuous fetal monitoring. Interesting.
Granted, I don't know if that would have been the case if I wasn't so far along. Because like baby was about to come out.
Yeah.
And he did tell me like, expect when you get to the hospital at least 20 minutes of fetal monitoring. I have nothing to do with that. And then we'll take it off.
Oh.
But then if you're in the pushing phase or getting close, we do it again.
Okay.
So I think maybe because I was so far and they were like, oh my God, like this baby might be coming.
Yeah. The saline lock, you didn't have one at the birth center.
No.
They don't do any IVs or anything.
Only if you have GBS.
Positive. Okay. Saline lock is annoying.
The saline lock's annoying, but again, my OB like was like, here's the things I can control and here's the hospital policies. Yeah. He really made it easy for me to know what to expect.
Because then you aren't caught off guard. And then you're like, whoa. Yeah. Like, I don't want that. And it's like you're 9 centimeters.
The constant vital thing was interesting. Like even throughout birth, I'm like, okay, like, you know, I don't have a temperature. And then I did a pee test and I'm like doing a contraction. I'm like peeing in a cup. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
It's just like a lot. I don't know.
With your pee.
I don't know, man.
Okay. So you're checked and you have to go to triage, or do you just go straight into a delivery room?
Straight into a delivery room.
Okay. Thank God. Because triage, like, talk about stalling birth.
So I do think I was lucky to give birth at a small hospital. Yeah. And I do think the OB I chose was very much so like, I tell the nurses when you're coming in, like we dim the lights, we get the mood ready.
As a program. And
they know if it's his client, like how to treat them. So like, I do feel like I had a unique experience.
Yeah, totally.
It felt very like midwifery style of care.
Yeah.
People are like, why do you go through all the trouble for an OB? You don't know if you'll get them. And I was like, oh no, that's why I chose him, because I will get him.
Wasn't he like on vacation in Greece like 2 weeks before though?
But I would have gone his midwife partner. Right. So I'm in the room. I have all the monitoring on me, all the different things. And finally, the OB came in like 15 minutes later. It's like, okay, what's going on here? Like, how are things moving? And one of the nurses was like, we're going to do a cervical check. And I was like, I don't know about that. And she was like, we don't have to, but like, we'd like to tell the OB if it's time for you to push, because you're acting like maybe it's almost time for you to push. And I was like, look, we can try, but if it hurts at all, like, I don't want to do it. She tried while I was like, she said, can you like get on your back so I can do it and like spread? And I was like, no. Yeah. I was like, if you want to do the cervical check, it's going to be with me like on my hands and knees, because I can't move. Yeah. And she was like, okay. So she tried and she couldn't do it in that position. I was like, okay, bye. And she was like, okay, yeah, it's like, we don't need to. That's the thing, is like, once you know you don't need one, it's like, please, like, I'll tell you when I need to push, you know? Yeah. My doctor came in, he said the same thing, like, look, now it's really looking like it's almost time for you to push. It won't tell me that much, but I am curious. I don't want you to tear and push too soon. Do you feel comfortable with me trying? I'm like, we can try, but I cannot guarantee. Yeah. He also asked me to get on my back. So first of all, I get on my back and then he starts to put his fingers in, and then I'm like, no. And I stand up again and I'm like going through the contract. He's like, do your thing, girl. Do your thing. We tried multiple times. And then he was like, you know what? It's not worth it. I don't need to know. Okay. And I was like, thank God. Yeah. Moving on.
You're like, I don't want to.
Honestly,
I'm shocked that you even let them try.
I know. I think we all were just curious, like, when this baby was, because I don't know. He wanted to make sure it was the right time to push. Sure. I want to say 5 minutes after that, I was like, oh, I feel like I have to poop, like hardcore. Yeah. This is like really bad. Yeah. So this whole time I was kneeling on the hospital bed, holding on to the back of the hospital bed, facing the back. He started to be like, okay, for some reason, your baby does not like this position. Their heart rate's dropping. What I love about this whole scenario that went down is you hear that a lot in birth stories, like heart rate was dropping. And so like all these things happen. And you know what? Sometimes it is a very scary thing, and like things are going to happen. But oftentimes that's very normal when baby is starting to come out through the birth canal. Like baby gets squeezed, baby gets put under a lot of stress when coming out, and it's normal to have some variations. And it's the nurses and OB's job to kind of like, okay, what's a normal variation? What can be solved by movement, which usually a lot can. Yeah. And that's why I appreciated him so much, because he was like, I don't want the fact that I just told you that to scare you. It just means we have to try something new. Can you please turn on your side? And so I laid down and turned on my left side, and he was like, baby doesn't like that either. Went through a contraction. She didn't like it. Her heart rate dropped again. So he's like, we're going to try the other side. And so we tried the other side, and he was like, baby likes it. It's game time. He didn't tell me to push. I just did it.
Yeah.
And all the nurses and him were like, oh God, we literally like, this is happening right now. And like pushed my legs in.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he put his hands through and shifted her head to turn her head a little. And he was like, push, curl around my hand. And I was like, okay, this hurts like a motherfucker. Like, I really remember saying that. I was like, this hurts so bad. I don't think I can do it. And he's like, yes, you can. Baby's head's right here. Like, she's out. Like, she's coming.
Stop.
It makes me want to cry.
Oh my God.
Because it was so bad.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Wow, I can't believe I'm emotional.
Oh my God.
Do you hit that like point where you're like, I can't do it?
Yeah.
Even though I knew I could.
Yeah.
And it's just so brutal. But also just hearing her heads here, like you already did it. She was crowning, and just the directions he gave me and being so cool, calm, and collected, just making me feel so strong and like that I had already done it. I want to say I pushed for like 10 minutes. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then she was just like out and on my chest.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So crazy how fast it all happened. And so from start to finish, like 12:30, she was born at 5:15.
Oh my God.
And like the first contraction wasn't even till 1. So it was
Wow.
only 4 hours and 15 minutes of like pain.
Contracting.
Yeah.
Wow.
So crazy. So I was at the hospital like once I walked in the door, maybe 45 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was she ever like stuck or anything? Is that why he had to reach in?
He said that her head just wasn't in the best rotated like position.
Okay.
And so he helped. He also helped with pressure. I think that a lot of the reasons why maybe I didn't tear at all. I didn't the first time either, but I think that he and my midwife also did a lot of hands-on adjusting of my son. Yeah. I feel like one thing I really have learned a lot with my 2 births is I feel like a lot of times people who go unmedicated or like want to try or like it's like a you do it yourself thing. I actually don't agree with that.
Yeah.
I think there's so much value in, and this is why I have such an issue with free birth. Obviously there's safety issues too, but like there's so much value and expertise in birth.
Totally.
There's so much value. And even in unmedicated birth.
Yeah.
Like so much value in it.
Of course.
And just like all the adjustments he made, all of the suggestions, making me feel in power and that he was just a tool like helping me and stuff is like, it's just, I'll never forget it. And my midwife, my first birth, like same thing. And to have found that in a hospital setting, I just feel really lucky. I just don't think it can be understated how much help matters.
Yeah.
It really matters because like, for some reason my body wanted to be in an upright position, but like she didn't want me to be in that position. And I didn't know that.
Right.
And it felt harder, the pushing, because the minute he got me in a better position, it didn't feel as hard.
Really?
Like I felt a little more like relaxed, not as tense.
Interesting. If he hadn't had directed you to like change positions, like, because that's what your body wanted to be in. So it's interesting. Like, yeah.
I want to say like the only parts of it that felt like, oh my God, here we go again, I can't turn back, was when I was at the hospital.
Yeah.
Like the rest of the labor was pretty manageable.
Yeah.
The craziest thing about birth, and I said this the first time, is like, then it's done and your baby's on your chest and you're just like making jokes and laughing. And like, I was like, I told, he was like, I'll see you next time for your 3rd. I was like, no, you won't. He was like, why not? Your body's great at this. I was like, no. Stop.
Wait, so how was birthing the placenta this time?
Oh my God. If I had to say one of the biggest differences aside from the paperwork and like the interventions and stuff of a hospital birth is the way that they manage the placenta.
Okay, I'm so curious to hear about this.
My Lord. So midwives just, unless you're hemorrhaging, just let you do your thing.
Yeah.
As long as it's birthed within 45 minutes or so, they check on your bleeding, they let you nurse your baby, they let things, happen the way they're supposed to. I immediately was offered Pitocin to manage it. And I'm like, can we see how things go?
Yeah.
Like I just did birth without Pitocin.
Right.
Why would I want it now?
Yeah.
When I'm trying to breastfeed.
Don't get me started, because after I had an unmedicated birth with my second on accident, they were like, do you want some fentanyl? I was like, I just did the hard part. I'm good. Well, thanks.
And this isn't to shame people who say yes, but it's just kind of shocking, especially when you opt to like do something unmedicated and then you're offered medication after you've gone through like the worst pain in your life, and you're like, it's just kind of confusing. Anyway, that was crazy. And they mentioned it a lot, like, just so you know, if you bleed too much, we're going to I'm like, I get it. It's
that's
risk.
Like standard protocol in a lot of places, that they just push Pitocin.
They're trying to avoid any risk.
Sure.
But then it's like you're adding risk
in other places.
It just seems like a little too micromanagey. But oh my God, the manual hands-on pushing of the placenta.
Yeah.
I would say most painful experience of the whole birth.
Stop.
Maybe more than pushing. It was so bad. It was really bad. And the shocking thing is, it's not just the OB that does it or like the nurses. It's like it keeps happening during the postpartum 24-hour period at the hospital. So it's like you just keep getting hit in the stomach.
Yeah. Punched.
Like, it's like, can I like just like be calm?
Yeah, but wait. So you birthed the placenta and that was painful? Actually birthing it?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
No,
just the like.
Just them pounding on my stomach.
Okay, because
that was shocking for me, because my midwife did not touch my stomach once. Like maybe gentle massage once it hit like the 20 mark.
Yeah.
And then another thing that my midwife had me do that was very different is like I was on my back for birthing the placenta at the hospital, but the midwife had me like sit on a stool holding my baby.
Oh yeah, I remember you.
And it fell out. I didn't have to push.
Yeah.
So I think I would have preferred to be sitting on a stool.
Yeah, so it kind of
the
just
gravity.
Like, comes out.
Pushing is just so difficult after you. Even if it doesn't hurt, it's like I just really don't want to push ever again for 7 years.
Totally. That's enough pushing.
That's enough. One thing I will say different between my first and second birth. My first birth, I think because I was pushing for 3 hours and was so traumatized and afraid that she was stuck and had a lot of fear, I actually don't remember, because I think I blocked it out of my memory, what it felt like when he came out. I don't really remember it. Total blackout. This time I can feel it now. My whole vagina opening, her head coming out and her body slipping out, and like his hands. I remember everything. And it was just like, it's just such a crazy feeling. You can't explain it.
And then the baby's out and it's like, and then you get this like rush of like high.
And
like adrenaline. Yeah.
And this time I never once second guessed like it's time to push. The first time I was like, is it? This time I was like, oh, okay. Like I feel her head on my tailbone. Yeah. This is happening. Oh, wow. And like communicated that to everyone. And she was born within like 10, 15 minutes later.
Oh, wow.
It was just so by the book birth, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I feel so like healed by it.
Yeah.
Because it's just everything I wanted. And I know a lot of people don't get to say that. Totally. So I feel so lucky.
I know, and you were so anxious. And
it was just like the worst pregnancy for me.
Yeah.
I had so many intrusive thoughts.
Yeah.
About like her not making it and like all of these horrible things. And then to be gifted like a good birth.
Totally.
I don't know. I just feel really lucky and like thankful. I do feel like your care team matters so much. I stand by that. Anyway, I'm not going to cry again.
Isn't it so crazy to think back to when you were having all of these really intense anxieties and fears, and you had the home birth planned and you had a midwife hired and all of these things, and then you like were like, wait, I don't have to do this. I can change my plan. I can change my team. If nothing else, like just to make yourself feel better or just as a safety net. Like, it's crazy to think back.
And now it's like everything happened the way it was. Like, I know I was supposed to change my plan. Everything happened the way it was supposed to.
I'm just so glad you felt like safe changing your mind. And there's just something to be said for listening to that gut feeling and being like, no, I need to change something here so that I feel better. And I know that like you were still anxious and you still had insomnia and all these things throughout the rest of your pregnancy, but I do feel like maybe, and correct me if I'm wrong, like maybe that helped you like have some, I don't know, peace.
Oh my gosh. When the doctor came in the second day and we were about to be discharged and he came in with his Starbucks, like just chit-chatting with us, I was like, thank you so much. You were so helpful with your suggestions and your hands-on stuff. He was like, I did nothing. He was like, you did everything. He was like, nothing of my medical practice trumps like what you women do during this phase. I was just there to help guide her out.
Oh.
He was like, and I will see you for your third baby. And I was like, you won't. You will not. Oh, but I'll get back to you. We'll see.
Everybody's dying to know. Oh. Just kidding. Did you poop this birth?
You know what? If I did, God bless the nurses who made me not realize.
Yeah.
I also wasn't
That's how
doing.
It should be.
Also at the birth center, I wasn't worried about like germs on the floor and stuff. Not as many clients are going through, and it's not like a huge hospital setting. So I was like crawling on the floors. Ain't no way I was about to crawl on the floor in the hospital. I stuck to that bed. Like I moved all around the bed, but I stuck to that bed. And so if I did, they cleaned it off. My first birth, I went home in 2 hours. So much of that was amazing, but it also was amazing to be waited on.
Totally.
To be like, oh, I'm going to clean your pad. I'm going to clean your diaper. I felt a little more taken care of.
Especially after the second one, you're like, all right, like, I don't want to go home.
The sheets. Let me.
Yes. Yeah. I don't want to go home. I'm not ready to go home and like parent someone else. Yes. I need a second.
Yes.
There's someone bringing you. You're like, ding, ding. Can I have a Coca-Cola, please?
Water.
Yeah. And then like lactation support, like the nurses are checking, and then you get discharged and they're checking the baby.
The craziest thing about an unmedicated birth isn't actually the birth, I feel. It's like how you feel after.
It's crazy.
They're like, I think it was an hour and a half postpartum. They're like, we're moving you up to the postpartum rooms. Yeah. Let me bring in the wheelchair. I was like, I'll walk.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the nurses were like, you good? I was like, walking, going in the elevator. I had my coffee. My husband got me. I'm like, life's good.
Meanwhile, after my epidural, it was like 6 hours. I definitely was in the wheelchair. Yeah. When I got up to walk, my legs were collapsing. Like,
oh my God.
It's very different. Like having one and then the other.
Yeah.
It takes a long time to wear off. You have a catheter, like so many things.
Given to, you know, I had an easy like recovery. So like, you know, I didn't.
Well, yeah, of course. Of course. This is like not comparing to like when there's traumatic emergencies or tears.
Or like a episiotomy, like any of that. No, obviously I wouldn't be walking. That would be irresponsible.
And like that just like.
It already probably was irresponsible of me.
I mean, it was irresponsible of you to park in the parking lot.
But honestly, it's like.
I'm just teasing you.
I just think like how it's good to set expectations about how like intense it can be. Yeah. It's also good to set expectations about how sometimes it's not that intense.
Yeah.
And how like sometimes things go in a way where like your bleeding might actually only last 3 weeks. Yeah. And the bad parts of the bleeding might actually last 1. That happened to me this time. I was out of pads by week 3 on the dot.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I feel like I had heavy bleeding the second time for 3 days. And then I was just wearing a regular, like normal pad without like no diaper,
Crazy.
nothing. The first time it was 7 weeks.
Yeah.
Before, which was crazy.
Yeah. Postpartum, birth round 2 and postpartum round 2. Not the case for everyone, but for me, very healing, very amazing and positive. Maybe also part of that has to do with the fact that I just knew exactly what to expect. I just don't get as frustrated with like her or with myself. The expectations were already low. And so I feel so high.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, there's something to be said for all of that.
So someone asked if I had any tearing or pelvic floor issues. So I already explained I didn't have tearing, but I will say TMI, but I have had the anal
fissures,
which I didn't have the first time. And this time I'm like, why am I still bleeding every time I poop?
Yeah.
I know that's TMI, but it's so common. Like, so just so you know, that can happen. And it's annoying.
TMI? Like, honestly.
It's just annoying because they don't close because you're constantly having to poop.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. TMI. I had those for over a year with my first. So.
Oh my God. Don't tell me that.
Sorry. I didn't have them with my second though. So like, I don't know if that helps.
Hopeful for a spontaneous unmedicated birth. All tips. You can't always predict how your labor will go, but I mean, being patient on when it's going to start. And just once you do have signs of labor starting, moving around a lot, proceeding with your day to day. Don't get psyched up in your mind. Yeah. Move, proceed with your day, and don't go in until you feel like it's game time. That's my biggest advice.
If you're still living your life, like, it is not time to go to the hospital.
If you're still eating your Chinese chicken salad, don't go to the hospital.
Yeah. Right. No. You should not be able to speak through your contractions.
Yes.
Otherwise, like, you're going to go to the hospital and you're going to be there for so long. You're going to be annoyed. What is the best thing to do when in labor?
Move.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah. And that's for whether you are on an epidural or not. And if you've had a birth unmedicated, that's when you really know how true this is, because being immobile, there is nothing more painful.
Totally.
Nothing more painful.
Yeah. Moving helps ease the pain.
This is why I couldn't do the stupid cervical checks.
Yeah.
They're like, lay down on your back, stay still, butterfly your legs. I'm like, in what world?
Yeah.
In what world?
Right.
Absolutely not. No. I'm like, unmedicated birth 2 times, but like, don't you dare try a cervical check on me. Don't you dare.
Meanwhile, I had
a saline lock.
I had membrane sweeps, Taylor. You would die.
Oh my God, no.
I had with my first. I was like, induce me.
When I look at the diagrams of those, I'm like,
and people are like, it hurts so bad, and I was like, like, it's uncomfortable. I know.
I can't even do a pap smear.
Really?
I'm so sensitive.
What was the most amazing part about it all?
I had so many fears around my birth, but not one of those fears had to do with the confidence of me being able to do it. I wasn't panicky. Like the first time I was panicky, like, is my body working right? Is this baby coming out? Is this happening? And this time I was so confident, and I was just like, this is happening. It's over soon. You're doing it. She's almost here. Yeah. Positive self-talk in birth, it goes so far. Yeah. And that sounds so lame and so unimportant, but I actually feel like it's what made things go so fast for me this time, because my self-talk was so positive.
I feel like that is so true, and also it's so true in like the content that you consume online, and like we talk about all the time, how we want to make motherhood fun and set your expectations, and like let's like talk about how we enjoy being mothers, and we like all of these things, and the self-talk plays into that so much, because it's like there's so much negative content, and that is so like 2015. Like, let's be positive. Like, let's, and I'm not talking like toxic positivity. We still talk about real stuff. Like you're saying, like, it was painful but like, you still are like, it's a positive, like it's pain with a
so
purpose.
Transformative.
It's like,
because damn, I can do hard things.
Totally.
Everyone can. Yes. Every birth is so hard. I also want everyone to know I showed up at the hospital in my mom's interrupted sweatshirt and got so many comments from the labor and delivery nurses. And so I was like, it's my podcast. It's my podcast. While I was contracting. Oh my God. Yeah, funny side note, I'll have to like put a photo up as I'll do a carousel on my birth story. I don't know how all you people are like filming your birth stories.
Oh my God.
I told Natasha I was going to film mine, and like that was the last thing on my mind.
I was like, Tay, did you get any content? She's like, no.
I think I got one photo 2 minutes after she was born.
I watched on TikTok yesterday a woman in hands and knees. Like, I watched the baby come out, and I was like, wow, I'm surprised that they allowed this on TikTok.
I kind of wish I set up a camera up, and being honest, I kind of wish I could see it.
Yeah. Sometimes I think it's better just to not.
I know. And also, you know, I think there's some things meant for filming, and I think that it's one of those things that's like so important. It's like one of the most important things of my life, and not everything has to be documented. Totally. You know what I mean? I can have that just for myself.
I agree. I think that we covered everything.
Births can be really healing and powerful, and not always, but mine was. Births can be really positive, and I think that's a big takeaway. We hear a lot of really scary stories, and like that's important to be told too. Really important. Of course. But I also think it's so important for people to know that it doesn't always have to be that way.
Totally.
And again, if you could take one thing from this, I'm telling you, positive self-talk, man. and movement and choosing a care team. I also want to point out that I did co-care this time, and I hired my midwife for postpartum, and that was a 10 out of 10 experience. A lot of midwives are starting to do that. So if that's something that is like in your budget, that is something that I would personally budget for in terms of like the same way you would hire a postpartum doula. I found it very valuable. I didn't go into the pediatrician for the initial weight checks because she came to me, checked on me, checked on baby, checked on lactation. It was like a one-stop shop, and I highly recommend.
Next, we are going to record what to expect for your hospital stay. So we purposely didn't talk about that here because we're going to record a whole episode on hospitals postpartum. So make sure that if you want to listen, that you subscribe to wherever you listen to your podcasts, rate us, comment on our episodes, whatever. We're chit-chatting with the girlies in the comments. We'll chat again soon.
Yeah. Chat to you soon. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Bye.